It's ingesting. I was gonna make sure I'm seeing the right thing when it's pushing out live, so I record the right thing. All right. Oh, that's why. Transition. There you go. All right, it's showing the right screen for me. And let's get to our Google Meet screens, what I really want. Okay. And I'm gonna do one more test, and we should be good to go.
Okay.
All right. So it's showing the right screen for me. I'm seeing us both. I'm just gonna crop out the desktop info so it's not it doesn't look weird. All right. I'll just find live full screen. Full screen. All right. That should be all I'm seeing. And I'm gonna do one quick test on YouTube to make sure I'm showing the right thing. So if you go to nerdyvideos.com,
Okay.
it'll take you right to my YouTube channel. Tell me if that worked.
Nerdyvideos.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's like spinning.
Yep. But it should open up my channel, and then I don't know why I'm cropped, but you're not. That's the weird part.
Well, it's the same. Well, it's the same with me. So I'm cropped on my end, and you're not cropped.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. We'll just do it that
Yeah.
way. Because I'm the guest anyway, so it just make me have a weird frame. All right, that works. I think that'll work for now.
Okay. So,
But it looks like the full screen is there. I'm seeing everything the way I want it.
oh, I see. I see you're live here. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we're good there. So that's good. So that'll record all the audio for us
Sweet.
with the mics being full force. So we can probably go from here.
Yay. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. So we've had technical difficulties,
We figured it
but
out. Yeah.
we figured it out because Chris is a pro. So I promised on my Substack that I would host only cool people who do cool things, and you're one of those people.
Okay.
And so we may as well break the ice. You're famous.
I've been famous. I mean, I wouldn't say now, and I wouldn't say anymore, but I used to be.
I would say you're still famous. I like. Okay, do people still stop you in the street and be like, "Oh my God, are you Chris Sanders?"
That's happened like twice a year, maybe now. But yes, still happens.
That's still more than me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, it's funny. I've been out somewhere, and I'll be talking to a friend, and then someone goes, "Chris?" I go, "Yes." They go, I used to watch you all the time, or like, oh, I still come to your live streams. Like people still recognize the voice.
Yeah. So, well, I guess I should introduce you. That's rude of me.
That's right.
Hi, this is Chris Sanders. Chris and I have been good friends for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, do you remember the first day we met?
Yes.
Oh my God, tell me, because I don't remember.
Okay, I do. Because I think me and Emily had just stopped dating unofficially.
Was it at that bar?
No. We met at Bachelor because she invited me to the Bachelor to watch with you guys, and I think we were at Julia's house, but I don't remember.
Probably.
But I think we went to Julia's house, and I was there, and I met you and Julia at the same time, and I think you were both confused because we were still like we were like holding hands or whatever. Still, we were like, but she had just ended things with me. And
yeah.
I was like, well, can we still just stay friends? Because like I don't know, I like hanging out with you. We ain't got to do the thing anymore. It's fine. So yeah, but then you were there, and Julia was there, and we all hung out. Yep. We watched The Bachelor, and it just kind of became a thing. And then the pandemic started.
Yeah, and then we got real close.
We got really close. I wore your clothes one time.
You did, yeah. You've worn a bra of mine. Mm-hmm. We've celebrated Pride together.
We did.
Yep. Oh my gosh. I also remember. I don't know why. I thought this was the first time that I met you was when you guys had. It was definitely like I don't think I met you when you two were dating.
Right. You did not. No.
I think no. But my first memory of you. Like I was getting home from a shift at the library, and I met you and Emily out at some bar, like really close to my house in
I Oh,
in Ravenswood.
I do remember that, but that was not the first time we met.
I think our friend Tyler was there or something like that, and
Hmm.
it was just it got sloppy real fast.
Yep. No,
I remember walking home because I like parked my car like pretty close by, and I ended up walking home because I was like, not worth it.
yeah. No, I do remember that because yeah, Tyler was there because I didn't meet Tyler until later because I've been hanging out with like I refer to you guys as the girls, but I was hanging out with the girls um, a little bit longer. And then one day she invited her coworker Tyler. Emily invited her coworker Tyler, and we went to like that bar near you, and they went
Hmm.
to like a whole other bars in Ravenswood, like the Globe and whatnot, for other
Oh, I
events,
forgot about the Globe.
for other events.
Yeah. And then we started watching The Bachelor and eating. I feel like we traded off between Cheesy's delivery and
Hmm.
then, which is a not gourmet. It's a grilled cheese
Okay. So it's arguably it could be considered gourmet because they have like
Oh,
chicken
it's mac and
tenders.
cheese.
It's like because they use Texas toast. It's not like just grilled cheese you make at home. It's Texas
Oh God.
toast, and they put chicken tenders. They put bacon. Okay, it's not gourmet. It's fat people food, but it's good.
It's good drunk food.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and then or I think so. Julia lived right by a really good Mexican place. We ordered from there a lot. That was
Oh,
delicious.
Cheekies or Tukis or what you called it. Yeah.
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 Oh, it was really good.
Not a sponsor.
Sponsor us, please. Um, okay, so Chris Sanders,
Yes.
you are YouTube famous.
I used to be. Yes.
Okay, but I feel like you still are. You don't just like lose
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
YouTube
You know what?
fame.
I'll still say I am. I think I try to not say I still am because if you go look at the socials, you'll be like, well, you haven't posted a real video that isn't a short or a TikTok in like years or a live stream. Like I've kind of shifted
Hmm.
over because I think a lot of people. I mean, actually, it's funny. My friend Ricky, who was aka Stu Dippin, and my friend Akeem, we all got awards from YouTube at different years,
Hmm.
and got featured on the front page and got featured as like the next up vloggers. Like all three of us. My friend Ricky, he's here right now. We've been hanging out like not my apartment, but like in Chicago. We've been hanging out the last
Yeah.
couple of days, and we keep reminiscing on that, on how like there was a period in which we were all like kind of like groomed to be the next up big YouTube star, and no one
Hmm.
in our classes, like no one in our classes is still doing YouTube. They've all
Oh, interesting.
they've all shifted to either not doing it at all or to doing live streaming proper, to doing Twitch or doing like TikTok. But no one that was big in our era or eras is still actively doing the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like a lot of the initial YouTube up and comers are now, it's like, I don't know, YouTube is just a different landscape now. And so you kind of have to be almost everywhere.
Hmm.
Would you say there's like another platform that's kind of still growing, like where you could have the potential to have, some sort of growth, or is everything pretty saturated right now?
I mean, so I think it's hard because I feel like the way that TikTok does it, I think is the right way to do it, in my opinion, and that you can't get saturated on TikTok because each thing had its own particular niche or its own particular like fandom. So if you are able to
Mhm.
niche down and figure out who your audience is, you can create your own world, and that can't be saturated. You know what I mean?
Right. Hmm.
And I think even with the way they share the videos, if you find somebody you really like you find them when they're small or big, you don't judge them based on the size of their views. Because people like on YouTube are like, oh, you only get 500 views on a video, not watching you. But on TikTok,
Hmm.
people don't care. Like, oh, that was entertaining. I'll watch another one. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
I feel like the way that TikTok does it in its own little like social bubbles is kind of the way to go about it. But other than that, I mean, I'm sure there's something that's growing that I'm not privy to. Because I know like with Reddit, even Reddit, like there's sub communities within Reddit you can get into that you
Yeah.
can grow organically, and it's fine. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think the hardest one for me is Twitch. I don't understand Twitch.
Yeah. I know some writers who stream on Twitch, and I'm like, what do you stream about?
Oh,
Like, I don't know how does that work?
I mean,
I
so
don't
for
know.
me, I feel like you find a topic you want to talk about. But me, I don't understand how to grow an audience on Twitch. I have friends who've done it.
Yeah.
I have friends who make money, who like made their living doing it for a while. Or friends who just were on YouTube for a long time and they jumped over to Twitch and they took their audience with them from YouTube.
Hmm.
My audience is so fragmented now that that doesn't work for me.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Is your Instagram still public? Are you still?
It's public, but so I'll play this. It's still public. I just don't post anymore. I took a break for Lent, and I
Mhm.
actually don't miss it. Funny enough, I got on for the first time today since Lent because my friend and I went on to karaoke, and I wanted to share the videos, but because he has a
Mhm.
Apple and he has to upgrade to iOS. If you don't know this, by the way, if you get the new iOS, you can share videos like a normal person with an Android user. I know you're also Android, so
Yeah.
you know this.
Yeah.
Because it's Apple's fault that we can't share proper video because they gate kept it until they were forced not to.
Okay.
So,
Wait. So I'm so sorry to interrupt you.
you get
I'm gonna tell a little side story
go for it,
here.
please do it.
I was a diehard Apple user
Hmm.
until I met Emily
Hmm.
and you and Julia. So I had like three Android users and I couldn't share anything. I couldn't see anything.
Hmm.
Everything was so grainy. I was so upset. And then you guys were like, you should get a Pixel. You should get a Pixel. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I got a Pixel and it was like life changing.
Yeah.
The interface is so nice. Everything works. It's very intuitive. The camera's great. And then my phone got run over in a drive-through. I don't know. It just happened. It was like on the roof of the car and it like fell off. It's a very Caitlin thing to do.
It is.
And then I switched back to iPhone and I just like had the worst time for like 3 years. I'm like, this is so antiquated. Like I can't do anything that I used to do. Anyway, I've switched back to the Pixel since then.
Yeah.
So
That's the way to be.
anyway, go on.
No, that's, I mean, honestly, that's just kind of, it's just, I forgot what I was going to say.
Sorry.
No, you're good. No, that's my fault. I was like, I should have held the thought. I didn't hold it. You're good.
Anyway. Okay. So YouTube famous,
Mhm.
potentially trying to do the Twitch thing,
Mhm.
maybe not so much Instagram. I think so for my particular audience, I'm on Substack. That's like my primary thing with writing, and I have a writing community, a reading community that's like on there. And I think things that folks are struggling with is this like whole idea of like branding and like who are you as an author and an author brand and like all this stuff. And I think it just gets very in the weeds.
Mhm.
But for people who I've seen like a lot of success, like, you know, you've had a lot of success and like some other folks that I know of have taken very different journeys where like, I feel like you've had a niche
Mhm.
with, like you call it the nerd, like Ray, the nerd community. Like what were you primarily streaming on? Were you streaming on, like, I know you did some Pokemon stuff,
Yep.
some anime,
Yep.
right?
Yep. So
Yeah.
I had, I was a mixture thing. The issue was it was a mixture, and that's where I think I kind of lost the plot.
Yeah.
So I did Pokemon content, anime content. Anime was was the one that was growing the fastest. Video game content, and then I also just like doing social commentary for my just things I saw happening in the world I want to talk about, or like personal. Like I was, oh, you know what? I'm bored. I'm gonna make a music video. I'm gonna create a song and make a video around that song. So
Right.
I would try to do 3 videos a week. So the categories were split off, and so when YouTube changed over the algorithm to no longer support variety, I was told. I mean, they all told the same thing. They're like, just keep making what you want to make. Don't worry about it. The algorithm will figure it out and find you. That was a lie. You should niche down immediately and only do one thing. And if I was trying to like go for money, I should have just switched over and done only anime because my anime videos were going like crazy. But I also want to do nerd motivation, which I made videos
Right.
to help people. So I didn't want to just do anime because I feel like I would have like quit a long time ago.
Right.
But yeah, the motivation stuff was what I like to do. That got the most interaction, but lower views.
Yeah.
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 So
And I think that's where a lot of us like struggle as I would consider you an artist. And so I think it's where a lot of artists in general struggle is with like, I'm interested in a lot of things. Like, why do I have to pick
Yep.
like one particular thing? And I think that's what tends to get the most views or the most money. But at the same time, I feel like it's not as, I don't find it as interesting if someone is just like kind of like in one lane doing one thing, right? Like we're all like, we all have different interests, and I think we all have something unique to share. So, also going back to your music career.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, my favorite is Ooh, She Farted.
That's one of my favorites actually too. If you look up on Spotify, you can find She Farted under Little Chris Sanders Senior, which is I used to program and do what do you call it, websites. So it's Lil CSS, which is a joke around CSS.
Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah.
But Lil LIL Chris Sanders Senior SR. You'll find it right away. That's my favorite song I made in this era of my time, because as you know, I also used to be a Christian rapper too, and so I have like 2 full albums with my old partner, who we don't speak of anymore. No, it's beef.
Oh shit! All right, well, I won't bring it up. But you were famous in that community. You've been famous across the board.
Yeah,
You're
I've had different brushes. I also, if you don't know this, I also am in the first like 2 seconds or 3 minutes of Married at First Sight.
What? I didn't know that.
Yeah, the Chicago season. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't tell you that. Yeah, I got reached out to on a dating app.
Well, I remember that, but I didn't realize you were filmed.
Yeah, no, I met Pastor Kyle. I met Dr. Pepper, and I met the new intimacy coach person. They filmed in a hotel in Chicago, and you all go there. They make you do a personality exam in person. And the guy who made it on the show, David, was in my room. I remember because they said don't look at each other, but he came in the room like talking super loud, and so I just looked at him immediately, and I'm like, oh dang, this dude's big. But yeah, no, I'm in there like, when you have many hopefuls, I'm like shaking his hand, and that's it. I didn't like him, be honest. I didn't like Pastor Kyle.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's crazy. But that's crazy. I didn't realize that, because I remember you saying that they had reached out to you and that you were thinking about auditioning, but I guess I never heard. That's wild.
Nope. I definitely went through the process.
Okay, so did we leave anything out with your creative career? Are we missing anything?
Voice acting.
Voice acting. Okay, tell me more about that.
Yeah. So because I was doing YouTube so long, I make videos on anything I like. So I made a video about Yu-Gi-Oh, because I was getting anime review stuff. I made a video about Yu-Gi-Oh because I found this fan dub called Yu-Gi-Oh Season 0, and they took a series that was never dubbed in America. That's like almost a precursor to the full Yu-Gi-Oh show. And I just talked about how much I loved it because it was really well done. And one of the producers reached out to me and was like, "Hey, we heard what you said about us on your video. Would you want to be a voice in the next coming set of episodes?" And I'm like, "Yep, I would love that." So
that's amazing.
So then he directed me and gave me all the notes and showed me how to do voice. And then I got down his villain voice that he wanted me to do. And so I was a villain, like a bit villain, for like 2 episodes. And then I took that and was able to book some other small gigs. And so I now have a reel that I have up on chrisisreal.com, CHRISISREEL, with some of the other stuff I've done. So I've done like commercials, I've done a couple small things here and there. I'm still trying to get booking like an agency, but I haven't done that yet. It's all been independent stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Can you do the voice for us? Do it. Let's hear it.
Voice. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I gotta you almost have to contort your face to do it. All right. You gotta think.
In character.
It's like, okay. Wait. It's like there's 2 registers here. Hold on. He told me that the thing like I'm evil. Think evil. Okay.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It's like, what? You think you're gonna steal our stuff? back off, kid. You're pissing me off. Like that kind of stuff. And so I gotta like live. I gotta live. You gotta watch out, kid. You don't know what you're doing. He's our friend now. Just,
Ooh, evil.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. The first thing that came out, I was like, but then you got into it, right? I got into it too.
No, I gotta play around for a while, and then it'll get there, and then I'll stay there. But I gotta like stay in. It's almost like method acting to a degree. I gotta stay there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if I don't stay there, I go back to my normal voice.
Yeah. It kind of like, oh my gosh. Did you ever see King of the Hill at all?
Yes. Yep.
It was like a little Bobby Hill at first. Just like slightly.
No, I can hear that.
It got better.
It takes time. You have to get into it. You just can't. First of all, I'm coming in without warning. Didn't know how to do the voice. I haven't had no chamomile tea, nothing.
Also, for anyone who doesn't know this and thinks I'm just being mean, this is our relationship. We just give each other shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fine. I accept it.
Actually, I think it's just me giving you shit half the time, and you just like being like, "Well, yeah."
Well, here's the thing. So it's funny. So like my girlfriend has witnessed a lot of people in my life do that. Like my sister does it too, and my niece does it too, and a lot of my friends do it. And she's like, "I don't like that." I go, "It's fine. It's who I am. Like it's like I do ridiculous things, and I'm kind of weird." And people make fun of it, and I accept it because it's just what it is. I know that already. I'm aware of it when I do it. I know my personality. But it's fine. Like it doesn't bother me at all. When I was younger, I used to try to fit in like really hard. And when I stopped doing that, I was happier. So I don't really care. So, and I enjoy it to a degree. Like I'll purposely wear cat shirts around my sister, knowing she's gonna roast me and make fun of me for it, because it makes her happy. I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah, but then it gives us. I think it gives your friends permission to also be like show their weird side, which is something I really appreciate about you. Like, I know that I can go on your Facebook page and put the Super Bowl sure is soup, and you're just gonna leave it up.
No. Honestly, it should be the Super Bowl. There should be more soup in the Super Bowl. Where is the soup? There is no soup.
Where is the soup?
This is an inside joke between me and Caitlin. We just started doing this because if you don't know, I don't care about sports at all. And so it's fun for me to just kind of just make fun of the whole deal. I remember I went to a Super Bowl party once, and I didn't, don't care about which team. But there was a Foot Locker closing near my apartment, and they had the referee shirts. And I just wore that.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I like it.
I think I remember I also posted something like, I posted a picture of myself, and I had posted as you on your Facebook, first lesbian I've ever seen. And then like post. I
was like, this is the first lesbian. The thing is, somebody tried to get offended about that. I go, she's a lesbian. And she made the post, and I did feel a little bad, but like not really, because it was so pure and so social justice warrior for that person to be like, this is actually rude to all lesbians. Yeah. And I'm like, well, tell the lesbian who made the post. Deal with it. I share the post from someone else, and I thought it was funny. Like again, I like quirky humor like that. I don't know. They'll get over it.
Oh my God. We have a lot of fun together.
We do.
So I have a question for you. If you were to give advice to creatives and artists out there, let's say they're focusing, they want to grow their career or whatever, or they're trying to make money, or they're trying. I think is the big thing. Like what is a piece of advice that you would have for creatives?
For them to make money?
Well, not necessarily for them to make money, but just like advice in general. Like, do you like, at least for me, I think it's not necessarily about the money. It should be about you, right? But then again, or you could sell out. I don't know.
Yeah. I think there's a balance. There's a balance. Because I feel like this. Yeah. And I do believe this. Like, find the balance between doing something you love and because here's the thing, because you're gonna spend a lot of your time doing it, and maybe that's all you really want to do. Like I know for me, like I love like drawing little weird animals. It's one of my favorite things. I just create little characters that don't exist. But then I also have like random ideas all the time, and I'm like,
Mhm.
well, I feel like there's a way for me to do this and make money from it, and not feel like I'm selling out because it's just something that I want to do to express myself. So find the balance because you're gonna want to do this stuff the rest of your life. Like no, when you're an artist, you're always an artist, and nothing stops that. So when you even when you don't have time to do it, you'll find little mini ways to do it. And if you can find a way to be compensated for it, that can take you in a different direction that you didn't expect. That'll allow you to do more of your art on a regular basis. So it's not. I don't even call it
Mhm.
selling out anymore. In my mind, it's you're still integral to the growing space. So example, I had this idea to use ChatGPT because I know everybody hates ChatGPT art, right? But I'm like, what if you can make something that's entirely really original, but obviously the artwork itself wasn't made by you. So, and I can send this to you later. I made an entire series of presidential cats and dogs.
Amazing.
So
I love that.
I took a picture of George Washington. I go in this style of George Washington's painting. Give me a cat eating noodles. It took that and it made it a whole image into it. Then I go, okay, now give me one of a cat that reminds you of Prince in this same art style, eating chicken. And then it took a bunch of chicken wings. So this is stuff that like I'm creating with my own brain. I mean, maybe I'm not
Right.
putting pencil to pad, but no one else is going around sitting around doing this. I
Hmm.
highly doubt it. So it is original artwork. It is my original piece. I just didn't paint anything, but I still ideated it, and then I'm taking that stuff and putting it on tank tops, and I'm gonna try to sell it
Hmm.
at Pride events because I feel like I bought my first ever
Oh yeah.
hear me out. I bought my first ever tank top kitty in a Regal event at a random like Pride event, and
Hmm.
I've never been able to find anyone else who does that stuff ever again. Now I'm just incorporating pets and food and presidential art into that same concept. So I feel like if people in Pride like the first idea, they'll like this expanded idea.
Yeah.
But it's still sharing the idea, still sharing the art, still putting it out there, and find a way to make money from it.
Yeah.
So
I like that idea because I also got a pride shirt. This was the year that gay marriage was legalized, and I was in San Francisco for Dyke March. I just like happened to be there. It was wild. Anyway, my all-time favorite shirt, which is now like almost a shred of fabric,
mhm.
and it's Marilyn Monroe with a pride flag behind her, and she's like jacked with like all of these like tattoos. And like she's like ripping her shirt apart, her like bust is coming out. Yeah, like that. And I'm like, I can never find that shirt again. Where did those t-shirt makers go?
Yep.
They're like there for the event and then gone
Then they're gone
forever.
forever. I'm telling you, it's wild because I've been trying to I took a picture of this shirt, I reverse image searched it, I go grab
And
it
I
if I can
can't
find
find.
it, but I can't find it anywhere. So I'm like, well,
I
now I mean
know.
I have to make them. I mean that's just it.
Yeah.
I have to make it myself, and that's okay because I'm just like, you know what? It gives me a chance to be creative myself and not just be like, oh, this is a cool shirt that someone else made. Because I mean,
Mhm.
the idea is it is lightly inspired by what I saw there, but I mean, I don't know. It's like I'll show you one. So, let's see here. That
Oh, it's a kitty eating
yeah, yeah.
noodles. I love
That's one
that.
that I made, right? Um,
I love that.
this one is more quiet.
Ooh, I like that one too
Yep.
though.
But yeah, I mean, the waffle guy is one of my favorite ones.
Oh my God, it's really
And so
cute.
I really want to take that and put that on a bunch of t-shirts.
You should.
And I feel like it has an audience. Oh, this is my favorite one. This guy.
Yes. Oh, that's so cute.
And all I told her was, all right, that's great, but make it more fun. Even it went with the Minx cat
Oh
eating
my gosh, with the
pizza.
pizza.
So like, again, is it weird? Yeah. Is it? But I think
If
I
you have an
can't.
audience for it,
The audience
yeah.
for it. Oh, the guy with the chains.
Oh hell yeah, I love that.
I can't find anything else like this. So
Yeah.
I'll be if you want one and you want it in your house in a 5x11. I made that up. We can do Prince.
5 by 11.
That's probably wrong. That's probably the wrong size entirely. Don't do that.
Oh, when we say like 5 inches tall and then 11 inches wide, so it'd be like this
Okay, well, don't do that.
rare person.
I don't remember sizes anymore, but just pick a size that actually works for your life.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Chris, for being, well, I would say being on my podcast, but it's being hosted on your live stream channel. So
Yep.
it's on your channel first.
I mean, well, I'm probably not gonna keep it up. I'll just send it to you so you have the original file.
Oh, they're not going to keep it up? I see how it is.
I mean, I can. I don't mind.
Wow.
Honestly,
Wow.
to be real with you,
you can't share the fame.
I can share it.
Okay.
No. I'll leave it. No, actually, wait. What's the name of the podcast? I'll leave it up, and we can promote people to go to the next episode. That's not on my channel.
Well, it's on Substack. So I guess if you like to read things,
yeah, I'll put a link. I'll drop a link. I'll put a link in the description.
It's called, so the Substack is called Musings. There's like a million musings on Substack, but it's under my account, Caitlin E. Myers, which is so hard to spell for some reason.
It's on the screen. People can see it.
Yeah. Caitlin E. Myers. Oh yeah, there it is. There I am. Yeah, that's how you spell my name.
I'll make it easy.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I have a book out called Beyond a World Apart. And I'm working on my next one, which is not going to be anything like that. So but it should be fun.
I honestly, I will say, I do, when you make your posts, things on your Substack, I do very much so enjoy those. Like,
oh, good. I'm glad.
They're really well done and
Thank
thought provoking,
you.
and even like there was one that I would say slightly controversial.
Okay, which one?
It's been a while. Was it I'm making this up. It was a sex toy one.
Sex toy one?
There was one that you made an alliteration between one point and some kind of sex toy. I don't remember what it was.
Oh, why do I not remember that?
It was definitely yours. I know it was yours because I read it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna
false, fake news.
It's fine. It's not fake. I know it's real.
Why do I not remember? Wait, what was it? What was I doing a sex? I'm curious now.
Because it was a very on brand. It was very on brand. I'm gonna find it. It was very on brand for you. You can wrap up the podcast.
Well, I just post. Oh, that's okay. I did a post about titty pics. So I posted this picture of myself, which I thought was pretty benign. It was like me on my back porch, and then some guy sent me he wrote a poem about me, but it was not really about me. It was about my titties. Oh. And so I was like, okay. So then I thought, you know what? Maybe if I post these on Buy Me a Coffee, that like maybe guys would pay to see my cleavage.
Yeah.
And then I got banned from Buy Me a Coffee.
Wait, what?
For explicit content. It wasn't even explicit. I was fully clothed.
Wait, couldn't you? Okay, here's a question.
Rude.
Could you do that on OnlyFans but don't show anything else?
I guess I could. It's just, so here's the other thing that like I'm struggling with is like a lot of effort, and I'm like putting a lot of effort into my writing and my art, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Also, no one's paying for it. The only people who paid for it are my friends who I see at the gym every day, which was very sweet of them. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And that was the only money I made.
Well, I guess see, this is where I get to the point where I'm like, all right, do you sell it or do you not? Because what if you all right, I have a whole aside for this, but what if you were to not your actual body, but just your cleavage, but also like feature your writings? I think a lot of people do use OnlyFans and don't show any of their body parts and do other stuff on there. I've had a thought a couple times of starting an OnlyFans, not showing any nudity, not doing anything sexual, but doing something else completely different. Because I think there are people who go on there for one thing and wind up finding a whole different community. So you could be like a pioneer in the writing world, and if I'm sure there are people who do it too. Yeah. But one of the few who use your writing when they get to that page for other things. I don't know, because I know I have an ex who she's the one to show her feet. So
yeah, I know that one.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yep. Unfortunate situation, but she's like, I just wanted to do that. She goes, but I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm like, all right. I mean, I don't control your feet. Do what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I will definitely think about it. I think it would definitely be interesting. It kind of reminds me though. Did you ever see Sex in the City?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I
Oh,
did.
you have?
I
Oh
did.
my
Oh yeah. Oh
God.
no. I was of
Look
the
at
age
you.
when it was like they showed boobs on the show, and I was like, oh,
Boobs.
Samantha's boobs in particular. But yes. But I also got into the story, so I watched the whole thing.
Okay. Do you remember the episode when the girls go to LA and Samantha sleeps with the I think was it a Canadian dick
I do
model?
remember that. Yep.
And he's just like, actually, I'm a poet. And she's like, I think you need to leave now. That's like, I don't know why that's the image that comes to my head is like, I will be showing my cleavage. You're like, by the way.
Because also, I'm smart up here. No, that's a good point. I guess it's artistic integrity where you want to take it seriously for your art, even though the medium in which you're trying to like garner attention might elicit other ideas.
Granted, I feel like my writing right now is very unserious. It's very like, I try to be funny, and I hope I come across as funny.
You do. No,
and, like entertaining.
It's very. I'll say this. It's very accessible. Like I don't think I would if I didn't know you. I don't think I would read. I would read some of this stuff, but because I know you, I'm like I want to support your art. I'm actually enjoying reading it. Like it's great.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to write. But now I'm so curious about the sex toy thing. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I know you're gonna say it, and then I'd be like, oh yeah.
I know it. So that's what's bugging me about it. I'm like, I remember reading it particularly. I was like, that was great.
I know. The communist butt plug agenda.
Yes, that one. Thank you. Okay, yes. Okay. Okay. I was like, okay, I won't lie to you. I was gonna say butt plug first, but I'm like, if it's not a butt plug, I'm just saying doing sex toys. Okay, good. Thank God.
Yes. Okay. So that was the library thing. Okay, yeah. So I got in a fight with Canadian right-wing Substackers, which I didn't even know existed. I'm so entrenched like in my literary bubble on Substack that I had no idea like that these people existed. But anyway, yeah, he was arguing with me about libraries and how public libraries eventually lead to boys using butt plugs. And I'm like, that is a leap.
Yeah.
But all right. Sure.
It's actually, to me, it was almost like very poignant too, of the whole like, the concept of Republicans being really worried about there being tampons in boys' bathrooms. And I'm like, all right, what's going to happen? Boys are going to find tampons in the bathroom. You know what we're going to do? And this is what I did when I found my first tampon. I filled it up in the water in the sink and watched it expand.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's a close
that's what happens. It's not my sexuality is not going to change. It's going to be what it is. Even if it does, who cares? Tampons in the boys' bathroom, who cares? Right? It's a leap in the same way that guy made his leap that led to the butt plug writing. So I'm glad he made his leap.
It was just so ridiculous. I also remember I have like a very distinct memory in middle school of having a pad like on the bus, and it was an unused pad. It was just like wrapped up in the little thing, and I'm just like, I had taken it out for some reason, and I remember like touching like one of my friends with it. I'm just like, haha, you got touched by a pad, and he's like, oh my god, like don't touch me with the pad.
It's funny. I feel like I've always been like overly comfortable with that kind of stuff because my parents sold sex toys when I was a kid.
I didn't know that.
Oh, wait, that's one of my like fun facts.
News.
Yeah. So my mom, so it's not active anymore. My mom started one of the first sex toy businesses online, Sex Press Incorporated, and so I was like probably slightly traumatized when I was like 12 or 11. But they had like DVDs, VHS tapes, butt plugs, toys, everything. All because it was all in our basement. So like. It was all in our basement. My mom put a divider up, like a big one, but I was 11 years old. I'm not gonna not look over the divider. They tried to hide it, but I would like get home from school early, and I would just go and like rummage through all their stuff and just look at it all, like, oh my god, what is this? What is this? And then I'm like, okay, cool. And the thing, I wasn't having sex or doing anything sexual. I just kind of just very curious about all this stuff that's in our house all of a sudden. So I've always been very comfortable around like that whole motif and
Yeah.
sexual things and toys and all that stuff, and even like pads. So I'm like, oh, it's a tool for a woman to use.
Yeah. You're the type of guy who like would go into a Walgreens and buy your significant other like pads and tampons and just have no
I
qualms about it.
9,000,000% did that for my high school girlfriend for her trunk party because it was on the list of the stuff in her itinerary or whatever. It was on the list,
Hmm.
and I'm like, I don't care. Let's you need
Yeah,
them,
like let's
whatever.
go.
I think people are worried about like being judged by the person at the store, and that person does not care what you're buying. Even if they do, like think, oh, that's weird. You're having sex. What? Oh, that's weird. Your person is bleeding. Who cares? It's human.
Yeah.
Human.
It seems so much bigger though when you're going through it as an adolescent to
Mm.
be like, oh my God, like, oh, it's I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, and then you just kind of stop giving a shit.
Honestly,
Yeah.
my niece is 14. I think it happened when she was like 11 or something like that. And my sister
Mhm.
wrote me and told me, and she's like, "Hey, just so you know," and I was like, "Okay, do you want me to talk to her?" I don't know, like
Yeah.
like, and she's like, "No, I just want to let you know, she's growing
Mhm.
up." I'm like, "Yep, is she okay?" She's like, "My niece apparently handled it very well." She's like,
Oh,
"Yeah, it's
good.
just what happens."
I was so traumatized. I was so embarrassed.
Mm,
My mom was kind of like, so my mom is a librarian, like bought books for her community that were like sex ed books. And so she's very comfortable with the whole thing. But I just remember like the shame that I felt from being in school about it. And then also her being so open about it and being like, we need to celebrate. And I'm like, this is embarrassing.
oh wow, she wanted to celebrate. Okay, that's a different take. Actually, I kind of appreciate that. But for as a kid,
I
you
know. As a kid, it was mortifying. I was like, she was like, I was with my grandmother. She was just like, your grandmother knows. And I'm like, oh my God, like just totally mortified. But no, she's so chill about it.
very cool. So like
Yeah.
so when did it shift for you where you were just kind of like, oh, it's just kind of my life now?
I don't know. I've had to deconstruct bits of shame throughout you know that. I've
Hmm.
deconstruct a lot of shame. Um, I probably probably in high school is when I stopped being so ashamed of that. But then I mean, there was a whole nother level of shame of coming out, and we all know that story. That was took me a little bit too long to figure out, but I'm here.
It's okay. I mean, I don't think there's a timeline. It's kind of like you figure it out,
It's
you
true.
experiment, you play around with people, stuff, things, whatever you call it,
Yeah.
and you get to where you want to be. It is
Yeah.
what it is. Because I know people that like in high school they were like they came out immediately in high school. And then they, went the other way when they got out. They're like, "Oh, I met this guy I like, still like women, but this is
Yeah.
I don't want to be with a man now. It is what it is." So it happens in all
It's
kind of
so,
ways. I mean,
yeah, for
honestly,
sure.
one of my best friends in the world came out to me at like 36. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
Like he was always. The funny thing is, he used to like he called me gay all the time growing up because I've always been like very open with like my emotions and
Yeah.
everything. Not the typical guy thing to do. And he goes, "Yeah, don't tell her. Don't because we have like a friend trio
Hmm.
of like best friends, and he's like, don't tell our other friend, but yeah, I'm like, I do gay stuff sometimes, and
Education.
I'm like, hey man, good for you. He's like, because he has a girlfriend and a boyfriend. And I'm like, man, as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. As long
Yeah.
as everybody is aware of it, all good,
Hmm.
and like still love you. So he's like, yeah, I know. He's like, I just,
Yeah.
he goes, it took me a long time to figure out who I am, and now I know, and I'm happy. And like, and I never. The thing is, he's
Yeah.
always been an angry person, and
Mm.
I've never heard him be more happy in my life.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah. It takes a while. Yeah, and I think people tend to project onto others. So like if he's like, "Oh, you're gay," or like whatever. But the thing is, I think you're just very confident in who you are and you're very confident in your masculinity. Like there's nothing that's like someone can call you gay and you'd be like, "Okay."
okay, why do you think that? You know what I mean? It's like I think it's
Yeah.
I mean I think it's I get it, but it's like I refuse to adhere to like the toxic masculinity standard. Even before that was even a
Yeah.
phrase, I've always hated the idea that like you're not a man or you're not like even like with like racial stuff
Yeah.
like you're not black if you don't do certain things. I'm like
Mhm.
I'm always black and I'm always a
Yeah.
man and I'm always whatever. Like it's not
Yeah.
changing unless I decide I want to change it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And that's how you go through life.
Yep.
Yeah. I feel that. But it takes people a while. It wasn't until someone was like, it's not normal to not like to kiss or like do things with boys. Like I was just tolerating it. And it took Emily being like, I don't think that's normal. Maybe something's going on. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, she's open herself. Like she's like, it's what it is. Like, it's different, so embrace it, figure it out.
Yeah, you do. It was so good to chat with you. Thank
No.
you for being on my podcast.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, I want to meet your future wifey.
You will definitely do that.
Yes.
I'm honestly, I'll figure because honestly, she likes traveling, so I'm taking her to Atlanta to meet some other friends. So I'll probably push her in your direction next.
Oh yes, let's do it. You guys can stay with us. I'd be more than happy to host you. It's so beautiful. Just don't come like until maybe October.
That's fine. I wouldn't come to Arizona until. Sorry, I shouldn't out where you live. I will not come to where you live.
We're have to edit that out. Well,
I didn't say your address, but I'm just saying I won't come out there until it's cold enough to make sense.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I write about how I'm in Arizona, so it's fine. But it's about to just be ungodly hot. I'm not looking forward to it. It's gonna melt.
Yep. Sorry.
Yeah.
We'll pick up the.
What is it? What's the weather in Chicago? Tell me. What is it like?
Today, because yesterday it was 60 something. Now it's like 50 something. But we're gonna hit 70, 80 next week. So we're finally gonna go over the threshold because we're in May. So like everybody is like, oh, it should be warm. I'm like, no, it's not. It shouldn't. It's never warm here until right to the end of May. That's what it is.
Oh, so you still have to wear like a light jacket outside.
Yep, that's fine.
I'm so jealous.
It's fine.
I'm so jealous. Take it back.
Nope, you're stuck.
We were thinking about moving back to Chicago, but we have our newest pitty is like, her name is Summer, to be fair, and she just hates any other weather besides dry and hot. I won't do it.
The dog has been holding you.
Yeah, I'm just like, well, I guess we're here forever now. We can't move.
It's not the worst thing in the world. Cost of living is good. You got a house. You have a house, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we have a house.
Yeah. You wouldn't do that here, so you're good. All right. Well, I'm gonna let you go.
Thank you.
And I appreciate being on the episode. I will send you the files.
Yay! All right. I love you.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right. That's done. So I send her the file now. All right. If you're watching this on YouTube, sorry y'all had to ignore you. I don't know what y'all saw. I have no idea if that even worked, but we'll see. It looked good when I was checking out the live stream setup. Let's just see if I can get to the file. I think it's probably still streaming.